So in this video, I'm going to be revealing my secret weapon to make babies and to conquer the land. This secret weapon that I'm speaking of is no other than some basic ass organic gelatinized maca powder. Now what I'm holding here in my hand is obviously not top of the line, you know. It is probably yellow maca. Does not specify, just as most maca powders you'll find on the shelves. More than likely it's yellow maca though. But it is organic, it's gelatinized, and I do feel significant enhancements in my fucking life, okay? So, first of all, what we have to understand is there's different strains of maca. There's also different ways of processing this maca, and you know, different qualities and whatnot. Okay, so at a baseline you have yellow, black, red, and I believe you even have like purple maca and some other interesting, like, rare forms of maca, but your main ones are black, red, and yellow. Yellow maca is typically what you're going to find in most like health food stores and whatnot. If it's not labeled by the color, it's probably going to be yellow maca. Okay. So yellow maca is what I've been using and is what I have the most experience with. Make sure it's gelatinized, by the way. Raw maca tends to cause headaches and weird, like, stimulant effects in most people, whereas gelatinized maca removes the starch. Gelatinization is a process where they basically steam it, remove the starch. It's easier to digest, and it's mainly just the medicinal properties versus all the carbohydrate, and you get a lot more medicinal quality for the weight. Okay, raw maca, you're getting a lot of starch in there, so per pound raw maca is actually probably more expensive because of all the starch that's still in there. Whereas gelatinized, they cook out the starch, so it's mainly just the substances that you really want. Okay, but my experience with gelatinized yellow maca is hardcore erections basically all the time. Now that's if you're using an adequate dose, okay? For me, 15 grams, which would be about the equivalent of 3 heaping teaspoons of maca, of gelatinized, organic, high quality yellow maca a day, definitely increases my libido, where my brain is just automatically wanting to make babies. Obviously, every woman that walks by, for some reason my brain just automatically attaches to whatever fucking beautiful thing is flocking across me, which is a sign of higher libido and higher androgen levels. Also, higher aggression, okay, which is also a sign of higher androgen levels. But amazing erectile enhancement. Okay, literally, I wake up with a boner, I go to sleep with a boner, I'm at the gym and I have a fucking boner randomly while I'm doing squats. I'm in the fucking sauna, I have a boner. Jesus Christ, I can't even go pee sometimes because I have a raging boner. And this is what maca's gonna do. So obviously, it also increases the volume of sperm, your sperm volume. Like, you'll go from like maybe a fourth of a teaspoon for most people, especially if you're chronically masturbating. Get the fuck off porn, please, okay? Before you try any kind of maca or Viagra or sexual enhancement, get the fuck off porn. That already will skyrocket your sex drive, okay? I'm telling you. But, yeah, if you're the average person, 1/4 of a teaspoon of sperm is going to be normal for you. But when you start taking maca, it'll increase over time. And for me, I've actually measured it. I went from 1 tablespoon naturally of sperm, which I know is a lot, to 6 tablespoons after about 6 weeks of taking this organic gelatinized yellow maca root. So 6 tablespoons compared to the 1 tablespoon that I would usually have. That basically just screams baby making, okay? And it definitely makes it worse when you give your girlfriend or partner or significant other, when you give them Maca Root and then you take Maca Root, oh God, please, please wear a condom, because you're probably going to knock her up. You're probably going to get her pregnant. It's that powerful. So Maca Root, on that note, Maca Root also drastically enhances the health of your hormones. Okay, I have seen women who were diagnosed as infertile by their doctors, like they could not have a baby and they've been trying forever. Doctors just said, hey, your hormones are fucked up, you're infertile, you're going to have to adopt a baby. They started taking Maca Root, and after about a month, miraculously the pregnancy test says, hey, you're fucking pregnant. Woman has morning sickness, doctor says, yep, you're pregnant. And this has happened over and over again, and if you search on some of the reviews, even for the lower quality Maca Roots, like the Now Foods capsules, which I don't really think is a great enough dosage, and I think it's raw. Maca is not even gelatinized. There's women who report in those reviews on Amazon that they've actually cured infertility, and they've cured polycystic ovarian syndrome, and they normalize their periods. And this is just from, one of the more questionable forms of maca, which I love Now Foods, but their maca supplement that I'm talking about, there's not a whole lot of specifics on it, so you don't know if you're getting gelatinized or raw or yellow, black, or red maca, but women are having amazing results with it. Same thing with thyroid, is hypothyroid, because maca helps to increase the production of active thyroid hormone, which is, in a healthy way, balancing the thyroid and curing hypothyroidism naturally. And this is even on the lower quality Maca Roots, but you can only imagine, if it's the lower quality that's working, what the higher quality maca can be doing for your hormones. Well, all across the board, not just with users reporting their reviews and testimonials, but also looking at the scientific literature, which actually there's not a whole lot of 100% proof in the scientific literature of this, but there's a lot of evidence towards it. Maca Root helps to balance out the hormones. So for women with estrogen dominance, say they have uterine fibroids, they have cysts and cystic acne, and maybe even breast cancer, and for men with prostate cancer or prostate enlargement, Maca Root has actually been shown scientifically to reduce the size of prostate cancers and prostate inflammation. Okay, which is a sign of balancing out DHT levels in men, which is usually the case of prostate inflammation and prostate cancer, yada yada. So, amazing tonifying effects and restorative balancing effects on the endocrine system, the hormonal system, and all the organs associated with it. Your thyroid, your Jesus, just went blank, but the other gland, the thyroid, the hypothalamus, and all the other fucking organs and glands. Okay, goddamn it, I completely went blank. All the other glands and organs associated with your endocrine system. Maca Root will help to balance them out, help to make them function optimally, and if you're having thyroid problems, if you're having estrogen dominance, if you have low testosterone, if you have erectile dysfunction, maca will help. So, even further, Maca Root, I've noticed, has a significant enhancing effect on the dopamine system. Interestingly enough, when you are feeling horny and you're lusting towards multiple people, you're like, oh God, all this, eye candy, that's a clear indication of some kind of effect on the dopamine system, because dopamine makes you chase things. So taking Maca Root might have an enhancing effect on dopamine. I would think it has a restorative effect on dopamine, which, if you know anything about these sexual enhancers that work this way, such as mecunopurins, it has a antagonizing effect on prolactin. And if you know anything about prolactin, you know that prolactin when it's raised and elevated in your body, it actually decreases your sex drive, and it makes you feel kind of numb to sexual activity. Well, I believe that Maca Root antagonizes prolactin in this way, which increases dopamine, makes you chase things more motivated. And that means with business and your career, with your weightlifting goals, goals in general, and achievements, and also chasing the opposite sex, okay? I believe that Maca Root helps to keep your brain sharp. So one thing I want to note is that black maca specifically is more of a neuroprotective and a nootropic type effect. Okay, so if you take if you want the nootropic effects, you want the neuroprotective effects, and you want more dopamine enhancement and neuroprotection, black maca is excellent for that. Now, if you want more of a prostate protective or even an endocrine protective Maca Root, the red maca is better for prostate health and probably we could say ovarian health and uterus health, you know, the the reproductive organ health, okay? Now, just as a general tonic, you know, if you don't want to spend too much money, if you just happen to see this at your local health food store, just some gelatinized organic, you know, yellow maca, just a regular maca, it's probably going to be fine too. Something I've noticed though is different Maca Root brands will give you different feelings and effects. I've noticed specifically that the Gaia Herbs, their brand of maca makes me feel really relaxed and calm, and almost puts me to sleep, like a tranquilizer of some kind, which is interesting. Whereas this maca, I feel kind of relaxed taking it. I'm still not completely sure exactly, because I've been taking a lot of different things, but I also notice increased aggression if I take upwards of 15 to 25 grams of this. I notice more masculine aggression, which can be a great energizing thing for lifting weights and whatnot. So, yeah, that's the clusterfuck of information I have for Maca Root. If you have any questions or comments, or you want me to specify in detail, please comment down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And for more amazing information on herbs and supplements, reviews, in-depth information, and analyzation, discussion of the scientific mechanisms behind things for empowerment, psychology, and balancing your brain chemistry, biohacking, motivation, inspiration, philosophy, all this amazing stuff for holistic health and nutrition advice, and for the whole kitchen sink, fucking subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.